AI in our day-to-day lives manifests in a lot of ways, like facial recognition to unlock your phone, or customer service bots, or advanced object recognition in your Photos app. For artists, AI has begun redefining the visual arts industry with advanced image generation tools that are oftentimes unrecognizable from human-made work. AI-generated art, or AI art, utilizes algorithms that are trained to produce images based on a given prompt by scraping the internet for publicly available works. For most of us, AI imagery we might see consists of a cute AI-generated photo of puppies playing outside on Facebook, or a funny deepfake video of a politician saying really outlandish things. But for artists, AI has started to impact their careers and livelihoods way more than they ever thought would. Artists are finding their work is being taken without their permission to be used in databases that source AI image generators. Rapidly evolving technological advances with AI are seemingly impossible to keep up with, as these AI image generators continue to learn more and more from artists' creations. While some artists are open to the tools AI can provide, the overwhelming majority of artists are finding that their work is being used without their permission to train AI algorithms that have begun to threaten their creative careers. At this point, you're probably wondering what the images on the screen are. The image on the left of the Black Dragons is an AI-generated image using artist Greg Rutkowski's art as a prompt. The image on the right is an original work of Rutkowski's to show just how the AI replicates his style. The rest of the images you've been shown are also AI-generated images utilizing Rutkowski's style. Rutkowski is a popular Polish artist whose name has been used as a prompt in AI art generator Stable Diffusion an outstanding 93,000 times, beating out other famous names like Michelangelo, Picasso, and Leonardo da Vinci. Rutkowski has become a fierce voice against the use of AI art generators, being possibly the worst example of how AI steals from artists. Even when Stable Diffusion removed his name from prompts, users went out of their way to make generators that were only sourced using his work. Not only is AI being trained using artists' works, but it's also being trained using our personal data. Since AI databases scour the internet for images to train off of, personal social media also finds itself being used, including things like family photos, medical records, or information about deceased loved ones. And I doubt most of us are okay with any of these things being used to train someone's AI, but there's no regulation to stop this invasive technology from being sourced from anything it can find online. So while I bet a lot of you don't care about the fate of the art industry, I'm sure a lot of you do care about having your likeness fed to an AI for it to replicate. Which is why it's so important to support artists' call for regulation for AI, especially in visual mediums. While AI is a powerful tool in every aspect, considering the ethical implications of generative AI to create legal frameworks for AI protects both artists' intellectual works and your personal information. Most popular AI generators utilize public database Lion 5B for all the images they use to train their algorithms. Lion indiscriminately stores 5.85 billion image and text information, basically providing information on where to find stored images online. Because Lion does not actually host the images, there's no legal action that can be taken against them for distributing personal work and data. But that doesn't mean it's impossible to solve the issue of data sourcing, just incredibly difficult. The biggest obstacle in creating legislation for AI regulation is just how quickly AI has developed in only a few years. California took a big step to aid this problem, passing legislation meant to pressure the US government to introduce a 6-month moratorium on the training of powerful AI systems so legislation has time to catch up to AI development. Some states across the US are hoping to adopt a structure that allows for advanced AI technology to be used properly, with some already having passed various kinds of legislation, even if they're quite significant seeming in the entirety of the issue. Some states are monitoring AI systems, while others are making clear definitions of what a person is or is not. Regardless, continuing to bring attention to the problem of AI sourcing will expedite the process of change in our laws. Another massive issue with AI sourcing is the inherent problem of human bias. Lion co-founder Christoph Schemann has even brought attention to the biases in their sourcing, stating that their sourcing has a significant lack of focus on users in countries with the largest amount of diverse web users, like China and India. Implications of this being that images generated by AI will typically represent Western stereotypes and whitewash minorities. An Asian American MIT student asked an AI to make a professional headshot using a photo of herself. The AI then returned an image of her with predominantly white facial features, demonstrating that AI-generated images and art are frequently drawn from more privileged groups and perspectives and lacking any substance outside of the stereotypical Western lens. Outside of legislation, is there anything else that can be done to fix data sourcing? Thankfully, the answer is yes. Adobe created an image generator marketed as being more ethical than its existing brothers and sisters, called Adobe Firefly. Firefly is trained only on open-source images in Adobe Stock, an Adobe service that provides users with royalty-free image, video, and 3D assets. Firefly is directly integrated into other commonly used Adobe programs like Photoshop and Illustrator. Adobe also took their sourcing one step further, making sure to verify the origin of images used in their database to ensure they're human-made. Firefly isn't without its criticisms, though, as contributors to Adobe Stock didn't all consent to having their contributions used to train an AI. Artists can opt out of the use of their work, but when opt out is the default option, it forces artists to jump through hurdles to get their art removed, and by then, the damage has already been done. Hopefully Adobe can resolve this issue in the future. They still make efforts to appease their creators through royalty payments for having their work used in AI training, which is more than any other AI image generator can say. Artists have also taken the battle into their own hands, utilizing data poisoning to protect their work from being scraped online. A new tool called Nightshade adds invisible pixels to an image before it's uploaded online that makes it unreadable to an AI dataset. This works by masking an art style as a different art style from the original artist. In simpler terms, an abstract cubism style is now read by an AI as a 2D cartoon art style after being put through this program. When an AI is fed these poisoned images en masse, it completely transforms the resulting output of images. While this tool probably won't affect any image generators to the extent of the example, it's incredibly effective at protecting your own images from being read by datasets. Especially effective because it affects more than just one specific prompt. It affects all similar prompts, as shown in this example with puppies, huskies, and wolves. While the invasive nature of AI is still a massive global problem, having these tools to protect artists and set the standard for ethical data use is a massive step in providing a satisfying resolution for artists and non-artists alike. Some people might not think that the impact AI has on artists is a big deal. After all, how are artists any different from other industries that are beginning to be automated by AI? You would think that AI could never truly replace the human originality of art, but that's just the beginning of the problem. AI lacks human perspective, homogenizes trendy content, and lessens the support for upcoming artists in the industry. In a book and artist survey, 54.6% of respondents were worried about AI's impact on their income. When you consider that the respondents in this survey were all established in the industry, imagine what the barrier of entry looks like to someone fresh in their creative practice when navigating how to build their career. Almost 75% of respondents strongly believe the practice of scraping the internet to train algorithms is unethical, showing just how prevalent this has become in the industry. So while yes, AI is an incredible tool for automating repetitive, tedious tasks, it continues to threaten the viability of art as a profession and devalue the industry by creating vast extremes in who is actually able to participate successfully. Along with creating a lack of job security in the visual arts industry, AI also introduces a considerable global concern for data privacy. By supporting the art industry, you protect your own privacy and intellectual rights while advocating for more just technological practices.